What is up, everybody? Wolf here, and today we're back with a brand new video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get all the notifications for when I post and upload my videos. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you guys could do that, that would be very appreciative. But no further ado, let's hop into the video. All right, so to start this video off, we're gonna do a slight recap of episode 17. You see that all of the guys are actually fighting against Goma. Vegeta, Goku, and all of them are fighting against Goma. They barely have a chance against him. Then eventually Goku gets knocked away and he says he had enough and he goes Super Saiyan 3. This is the first time we've seen Super Saiyan 3 in a long time. We haven't seen him transform to Super Saiyan 3 for a while. But for those who don't know why he ended up transforming to Super Saiyan 3, that is an easy explanation, and that is because this takes place after the Majin Buu saga, which I think is a little weird because of already the timeline that we have with Dragon Ball Super and then Dragon Ball Super Heroes, but that's neither here nor there. So we see him transform to Super Saiyan 3, and then in episode 18, we see him actually use his Super Saiyan 3 transformation. He is basically on the same par right now with Goma in terms of fighting. He's actually having Goma against the wall. Then we even see Majin Buu mimic Super Saiyan 3 as well, and I thought that was pretty funny. I think that was probably the highlight of that episode, of him mimicking Goku Super Saiyan 3. As you see, Goku eventually ends up getting beat a little bit in terms of Goma, actually loses against him. Then we see Neva, the Namekian, come up to Goku and put his hand out. We're thinking that Neva probably betrayed them and is gonna try to kill Goku, because you see Goma up in the air and he's doing an attack looking like he's about to completely finish everybody off. But we see Nev come up, he comes in, hits him with a little key energy, and then we see something that we have not seen in such a long time. Goku goes through a bizarre transformation for a hot second, and then boom, the king himself is regained his life, and Super Saiyan 4 has now become canon. And I couldn't tell you guys how crazy I was. Like, I was just sitting in complete shock. I was surprised that they even brought back Super Saiyan 4. Now, I will say this. I actually knew Super Saiyan 4 was going to probably be a thing, but not in Dragon Ball Daima. I honestly thought it was going to show up later in the series of something, or later in some type of franchise series. I just knew that Super Saiyan 4 was going to make a appearance sometime sooner or later. I really only got that feeling because when I watched Dragon Ball Super Heroes and Gohan was going Beast Gohan, I thought that was the best way to try to implement Super Saiyan 4, because they were talking about Gohan's going to get like this crazy new transformation, yada yada yada. So I was like, okay, maybe this is their way to give us Super Saiyan 4, but instead they gave us Beast Gohan. But I'm not complaining about Beast Gohan. I actually kind of like the idea of Beast Gohan. He kind of like, you know, rubbed up on me a little bit. I'm like, okay, you know, I kind of like this now. But we see Goku, he becomes Super Saiyan 4 for the first time in a long time. Now, what does that mean? That just means that everything that's happened is basically like GT. If you guys didn't know, Daima is basically GT 2.0. It's been confirmed by the guy who is taking over for Toriyama after his late passing. He basically confirmed that this is was supposed to be a show for kids and adults who also grew up watching Dragon Ball GT, like myself and probably others like you. We enjoyed GT. Some probably really didn't. I won't say I was the biggest GT fan, but I did enjoy it because I enjoyed sagas like the Baby Saga and Super 17. I didn't really care too much for the Shadow Dragon arc. I thought that was kind of a slower, boring pace, but that's just me. All the other dragons I didn't really care for. Nova and Ice was cool, but you know what I'm saying, I didn't really care for those guys as a whole. But with that also being said, now that we see Super Saiyan 4, what does that mean for the rest of the series or for the rest of the episodes that are coming up? Now, I have a couple theories that I think will happen in this next few episodes or the next series, part of the series or whatever. How long they're going to drag on Dragon Ball Daima, I don't know, but I do have some theories. Now, what I really think that's going to happen is that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta will be born. I think that wholeheartedly. I believe that's gonna happen. I think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is gonna be born. I think we're gonna get to see the king himself again. But the only issue is that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta technically, I mean, not even Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, Super Saiyan Gogeta or just Gogeta in general does not exist, because this takes place again after the Buu saga. Like, you know, you had the movies like Fusion Reborn, but the movies are technically not canon to the Dragon Ball timeline, so they don't count. So Gogeta does not exist, although even though he supposedly already does exist because of the Dragon Ball Super stuff, and then like, you know, Dragon Ball Heroes, you know, whatever stuff like that, he does exist. But in terms of like the Dragon Ball timeline, He does not exist. So that's why I think Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to happen in the next, either this episode or episode 20. I just believe that we're gonna get to see Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on top of seeing Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Now, the reason why I'm saying this because in the episode, we see Glorio. He ends up fighting with Piccolo against Goma. But before that, he gets a phone call off of his phone, or his little, I would say walkie-talkie, his little walkie-talkie thing, a little earpiece he had. He gets a little phone call for that, and it's Arinsu. She's telling him to go get the last 2 Dragon Balls. So he does such thing. He gets the last 2 Dragon Balls, and then when we see him get the last 2 Dragon Balls, he summons Porunga, who also looks like the red dragon from Dragon Ball GT. That's why I said it's GT 2.0. Like, there's no other way around it. So we get to that point in this part of the series, or not series, but in part of the episode, we see Porunga get summoned. But also before then, before Glorio was about to go fight with Piccolo, he had like some type of epiphany or whatever in his head that he's seeing Goku, and I guess Goku has this effect like Itadori. He just has this like effect on people that when he fights, he turns bad guys to good guys and all this other stuff. So I think he's starting to have an idea like, yo, Goku and these guys aren't the bad guys here. It's really Arinsu and Goma. And Arinsu, she has the same idea as Goma as being the Demon Supreme King or whatever of the underworld of that world, the Demon Realm. So Glorio, you can see it in his face that he was struggling to decide like, okay, what do we do? What do I do here? Do I portray Goku in them, or do I portray her? What could happen to him? And that's where episode 19 comes in as in portrayal. And this is where I get the idea of what's gonna happen. So we see Glorio with the Dragon Balls. He gets him. He makes the wish. We don't know what he says because it's in Namekian, and I don't know how to untranslate Namekian. I know somebody said it was, or I think that was the God language, that it's written backwards. But anyway, we see him make a wish. He speaks to Namekian, and what I think the wish is going to be, he wishes for Goku and Vegeta or Goku and Vegeta and friends to become back to their adult forms, because then they will be able to use their full powers. And that right there tells me all I need to know. They're going to use their full power, because if you don't remember, in Dragon Ball GT, Goku said himself, as a kid, he said in Super Saiyan 4, he would be able to hold it longer if he was in his adult form. He even said that as well while he was in Super Saiyan 3. If I was an adult, I'd probably be able to hold Super Saiyan 3 just a little bit longer. So that just insinuates to me that Glorio is going to make that wish to make them go to their adult form, and then we'll see an adult Vegeta and Goku. Then we'll see adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and this also leads me to believe we will see Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as well, because Vegeta did see Nev turn Goku into Super Saiyan 4, so he's going to ask Nev to do the same thing that he did to Goku, because whatever Goku has, Vegeta's got to have it. So that's where I really think that's what's going to happen. He's going to ask for them. We're going to see Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku fight Goma. It's going to get to a point where Goma may be just a little bit too much for him still because of the third eye, and they just can't handle it, so everybody's going to chime in, whatever. And this reminds me exactly like the Shadow Dragon arc, where Goku and Vegeta and all of them were all fighting, and they just couldn't handle Omega Shenron. And then eventually Vegeta said, hey, I think it's time for us to fuse. And Goku was like, fuse? You don't never bring that up, bro. You ain't never bring up no fusion. So he's like, yeah, let's fuse. They end up fusing. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is born. They fight with Gogeta, but the power is too much for them to control, because this is the first time they actually ever use fusion outside of the Batar M-Rings. So now that we get that, they end up splitting apart, and now it's like, okay, what happens next? They try to fight in their Super Saiyan 4 transformations, but again, the power is too much for them. They end up going back to their normal stage, and I think we see the episode 19 or episode 20 ends off with Goku either hitting him with a Dragon Fist, hitting Goma with a Dragon Fist, or hitting him with a Spirit Bomb, because, you know, that's how you kill every Dragon Ball villain, is with a Spirit Bomb in Dragon Ball. But that's exactly what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to happen to a T, because like I said, it's already been stated and confirmed that Dragon Ball Daima is basically Dragon Ball GT 2.0. Everything that's happened in Dragon Ball Daima is basically Dragon Ball GT, but everything is written different. When I first started watching Daima, and I started watching it maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, but I did give a GT vibe. I'll say this kind of reminds me of like GT, just a little bit, It just wasn't insinuating it enough for me to be like, yo, like this is basically GT. It wasn't until I think episode 18 and the preview episode of episode 17 and episode 18 really, But until the little preview episode 19 is where I got the idea, like, yo, yeah, this definitely is GT. And I've read up on Twitter or X, whatever you guys want to call it, that this is basically that. And like I said, the guy who's taken over for Toriyama after his late passing has already confirmed that basically GT is, which is, you know, is 2.0. This is basically what it is, because it took place 28 years ago. It's also following up after the, you know, Majin Buu saga and stuff like that. But like I said, the timeline for it is a little weird to me, because again, you have all the Dragon Ball Super stuff, and then you have the Dragon Ball Hero Super stuff and stuff like that. But my thing is, I want to know how they're gonna do this after this Daima stuff, and then whether they're gonna be going forward into working on to the moral arc and stuff like that, because we still need some of the Dragon Ball Super manga stuff to get animated and turned into seasons as well. So hopefully they start working on that as well, because we would love to see that, and I kind of want to see how they're going to do that stuff in there. And then we'll hopefully get to the like Dragon Ball Hero stuff as well, because the mangas are way ahead of everything as of being animated. So yeah, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Do you guys think that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta will be born, or do you guys think they will go a different route? I want to know what your guys' theories are, because my theory, I feel like this might happen just the way it is, because it really is just GT just right there in front of us. So let me know what you guys want to let me know what you want to see, and how you guys feel about Super Saiyan 4 Goku being back into the Dragon Ball element. I honestly think Super Saiyan 4 Goku is absolutely awesome. I know some people didn't really like the design of him, because, you know, the only thing I would say I didn't like is that the fact that it made his hands look like gloves, because how far off the fur comes off. But maybe that might change when he goes to his adult form. Maybe maybe that won't be a thing anymore. But that's the only thing I don't like about the Super Saiyan 4 design. But everything else, I love the color, I love everything about it. I'm a big Super Saiyan 4 guy anyway. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you guys are excited to see the new episode coming out next week, I know definitely I'm going to be watching it. I'm just really excited, because I really feel like that's how this thing is going to go down. But no further ado, if you guys want to see me do more videos like this, if you guys want to see me do more breakdowns, talk about more anime stuff like this, let me know down in the comment section down below, because you guys know we do this on the channel from time to time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. My name is Wolf Takashi, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. My goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers, so can you guys do that before the end of the year? I really appreciate it. My name is Wolf Takashi. See you guys in the next episode. Until next time, peace.